Welcome to the Video Marketing Conversation. Today I'm sitting down with a new friend of mine, Anna Ruth Williams, who is the founder and CEO of ARPR. So Anna Ruth, why don't you tell us just a little bit about your background and why you're so excited about public relations and agency relations and all the things that you guys do.
Absolutely. So I started the agency 4 years ago. And we're a tech PR firm. So we only serve the technology industry, health IT, SaaS, cybersecurity, mission critical, mobility. But we don't just do press. So a lot of times when you hear PR agency, you think, oh, you just land headlines. No, we do integrated communications, which is why I'm excited to talk to you today. Because in the mix of marketing content that we help our clients both ideate, create, and distribute is video. So from content marketing, some traditional, more traditional print type pieces, to video, through social media, ad campaigns, traditional press, and thought leadership, we help our clients create the right mix of marketing communications that they need to go to market.
So you and I met by working with the Association of Corporate Growth, Georgia's fastest 40 companies in the state of Georgia, and we're working with them on video press releases. Mm-hmm. So is the press release dead? That's what I heard.
No, I love it. Let me tell you, I love this question because it's not. So there's been a lot of mumble lately in the industry. The press release is dying. In fact, if you go back, I believe it was like 2014, Coca-Cola, their PR czar at the time, he decreed that they were never going to do press releases starting in 2015. It was all going to be done through different types of content. Guess what? They're still doing press releases. And here's why the press release isn't dying. Is because it is still the standard bearer for how you make news. If I go to a reporter, or let's say you go to a reporter and you say, hey, vLink Solutions, we just landed this ginormous client and we just reached this revenue milestone, they're going to say, send me a press release. Send me a press release. Why? Because that is still the most authoritative document when it comes to the news industry. If you're giving them a press release, there's a mutual understanding between the journalist and the company or the PR rep that release has been vetted, that it's been fact-checked, and that everything contained within that press release is for consumption and distribution. So until we figure out a way to replace that formality and that way of making news, the press release is going nowhere. With all that being said, the way we do press releases has changed, and it should change because the media environment has changed, right? Google's world, we live in it. That's one reason, right? So even the way that you optimize a headline to make sure that the entire headline is going to fit in a Google search result, to the keywords that you are going to, not chock full to a point that Google's going to actually slam you, but the very strategic keywords that you're going to place in the headline, which ones then go in the subhead and which go in the lead, and so on. The backlinks that we're going to include, usually about 1 per 100 words in a press release that goes over the wire. And then most importantly, which is where you come in, is putting multimedia in that press release. So Google will index the words, they'll index the video, they'll index the images, and they'll index the entire thing as news. Press releases, and you know these statistics, press releases that include video are shown to?
They're showing between 400% and 800% higher impact and higher click-through rates because of the multimedia.
Yep.
Absolutely. In fact, we've seen different reports that stated even higher in some cases. But if you want to get somebody to find your news, including video in your press release, will at least get them driving through, and it's more engaging because people are lazy and we don't like to read.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you another benefit of including video. So news outlets, they right now have an onus on them to drive up ad revenue on their websites because they're moving digital. Majority of their revenue is digital versus print, right? So they want to keep eyeballs on their site as long as possible to keep driving up the ad revenue. Well, how do they keep people on their site longer? Video.
By engaging them, yeah.
So they will actually run company videos. So I guarantee the videos that vLink has produced for some of your clients have ended up on news websites because that publisher, that writer, that editor has said, that's not too advertorial. It actually explains, or it's a good product demo. It would really help the readers understand what we've written. Let's plug it in there and keep those viewers on our site longer because that meets their business model. So, again, you have to play by the rules of the changing media landscape. But video is an amazing way to do that.
Well, and one of the things that Anna Ruth and I have talked about before, and I've heard her speak to the entire group of marketers for the ACG Fast 40 companies, is use those press releases on your own site, in your awards section on your site, use them in emails, signatures, and then also be sure that your people everywhere in the company know the hard work and the recognition that you've received by that. Are there any things I missed?
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I listened.
You did. A+.
Well, thank you so much for
Thanks for
spending a few
having
minutes
me.
with us.
Love your studio.
You can contact Anna Ruth. Her information is going to be below the video. And of course, we're your video marketing expert and video marketing authority. So reach out to us when you need those press releases. Thank you.
Thanks.